Hello everyone, if you're still wondering which camera to get, you're in the right place. Not only because we have tested many models and many brands, but this one, a solar-powered camera which may have exactly what you need. This is Alan from Technology Moments, and today we're here to show you how our tests and experience ended with the Cinnado 2K solar-powered camera, the model B6, which also features panning and digital zoom. After having used it for a couple weeks, we're very confident to say that this may be a great outdoor camera for those of you who need to have a surveillance in place, but electric wiring is not an option. That is the case of big backyards, warehouses, remote locations, parking lots, and much more. The solar panel also very convenient in places where many blackouts occur, and we were actually able to test how effective it was recharging the battery power that was lost at night. For places where there's a lot of motion and continuous recording might be quite troublesome. I'll show you features, walk you through the app, and of course I'll be showing you footage captured by the camera so you'll have the full idea of what it would be like to have one of these cameras. Let's see what we got in the box, which by the way, always check the full specs of the camera before buying so you'll have a general idea of its limitations and capabilities. So, we received the Type-C connected solar panel, the camera itself, a USB Type-C cable in case that you decide to provide power through a USB adapter, anchors for solar panel and camera, mounting templates, and of course, the instructions. Installation as well as app setup is very easy. For installation, for example, we just used the included templates, so we just drilled and installed, always making sure that the anchors are forced in place, used the driver, and we were done. The same for the camera as we did for the solar panel. Ceiling mount is not available for this model, however the camera provides a 360-degree view, so I would recommend placing it for example in corners where such angle is gonna be optimized. Tilting lets you manage an over 90-degree angle, which is also very good. Favorites will let you have up to 4 favorite positions saved in memory, so it'll quickly point to where you want the camera to watch or record. However, we noticed a very small deviation once that memory was recalled several times. Before setting it up, it was necessary, at least for us, to charge the battery as it seemed to be completely drained out of the box and the camera just wouldn't come on. So keep that in mind to connect for at least 20 minutes to any USB before attempting to set it up. As you've seen in most of our videos, we usually do this on top of my desktop and close to an access point. That way, I make sure that it works and connects correctly without any trouble at the moment of setting it up. The process of setting it up is as quickly as installing the app and signing with your newly or previously created account, something that is very simple, then choose to add a device, choose the brand, then the model, connect to the Wi-Fi and give the camera a name, which is very important as that is the name it will respond to from your Alexa devices. Don't worry that you can always change it or update it from the Alexa app. Something that we encourage all the users to think is that your smart home, and that includes the cameras of course, are as good as the Wi-Fi you use. So try to get an independent Wi-Fi access point for your network and make sure that 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz networks share the same name, as that will make your life a lot easier. One of the first things that you'll notice is that there may be already a firmware available for your camera, so just let it update and continue. Experience with the app was very good, and we had already used it before with several other models and brands, and even with our pet feeder with camera, which also works fantastic. At this specific moment, you'll be able to manage 3 different brands from the same app, all of them very good, as you may have seen in some of our videos. Like with any other camera of this type, you'll have 2 options: local storage or cloud plans. Like we've always said, there's a place for each. In our case, we used it with a 128GB micro SD card and it worked great, and access to recordings was fast and reliable either from a local or remote location. Using my iPhone, attempts to download had to be refreshed for me to be able to download recorded clips. I think it might have been iOS continuously interrupting the transfer. Nothing important though. All the features are gonna be available in this app. You'll see things such as alerts, access to recordings, managing pan, tilt and zoom, the wide support light that we'll see in a moment, siren and intercom. As for settings, the usual stuff. This image rotation, for example, may not actually be of any use with this camera. Privacy settings, clip length, infrared and color night view, and much more. Once put into its final place at this 12 feet high location and at about 30 feet from the closest access point, this camera has worked without any problem. As usual, the first thing that I might encourage you to change is the sensitivity of the motion sensor, which for this type of cameras an infrared sensor is provided in front of it. Otherwise, you might end up with clips not captured or, when you download, missing footage as it merges consecutive clips when you select. There are plenty of settings for this motion sensitivity feature from the app. Microphone, speaker, and intercom in general work as expected, even if the camera is at such a high location as I was showing you. Controlling the panning and tilting of the camera may have a small lag when you are away and you have a regular wireless connection to your provider. Nothing critical, of course, and being able to point to the direction that you want is a great alternative. Alerts to my phone worked flawlessly, and so did to my watch. As most models today, it supports person or just motion detection. This particular solar models do not support continuous 24/7 recording for obvious reasons. Sharing the camera is another option that we found very interesting for sharing with the family and works very good, letting us choose, of course, each camera independently. The other party must have had already created the account. As for the skill, which is something that we're being asked a lot, it works very well. It may take a little longer to connect sometimes, and as it is usual, it doesn't let me control the camera panning or tilting from these devices. That is also very standard. Something that has improved a lot with this app is live feeds length in Echo Show devices, which were fantastic. Not that you're gonna use them to monitor 24/7, but will let you keep connected if you're expecting someone to get home, something to happen, or just a package to arrive. Something that is very interesting too, and is very useful for a lot of people, is to be able to have simultaneous users from different places being able to watch live feeds. Color night view is something that was also very interesting to see with these cameras. The option of having this white light support, which automatically will come on when needed, was something that many will find very useful too. As for the duration of the battery overnight, it might be problematic in shorter or darker days and in places where motion in front of the camera is persistent. I really hope, guys, that this video was of great help for you if you're in the decision-making process of getting a good PTZ camera and you just didn't know which one to get, or you just wanted to see what other users have experienced. Remember that you immensely support us by subscribing to our channel and hitting the like button. See you next time.